Over the past week or so, we've been focused on celebrating the life and legacy of Ace Frehley. And to wrap up this series, we're taking you inside one of the coolest pieces of Kiss memorabilia, and that is the Reunion Tour Book. You know, some time ago, we did a full video series flipping through this book page by page. And today, we're going to revisit the parts that spotlight Ace Frehley, plus a few group shots that capture the band in all their glory. It's kind of our way of closing out this run of Ace-related videos with a look back at the imagery, the attitude, and the magic that made Ace unforgettable. So we hope you enjoy it. Okay, now
we're going to Ace.
Ace next. So he's got the Les Paul here with the 3 pickups.
Yep, classic Ace right there.
He actually has the blue
on there?
Around his
the blue
eyes
eyeshadow.
The blue eyeshadow, exactly. And here's
what's that triangle?
He's got this. Yeah, he's got this little pyramid. He's got it here too.
Is it the Egyptian pyramid?
Yeah, he's got his hand on it.
Is he like conjuring aliens? I don't know. It's like maybe he was talking to that meteor that's on its way into Earth.
Yeah.
AO1357 or whatever. I don't know. I've seen something on my feed about, that.
Then he's got his moon boots.
Love those.
Yeah. Yeah. There was I got to tell you, there was something about that when you see the pictures of him on stage, those platform moon boots. It was just so cool. Yeah. And anyway,
they were simple, but they looked good. And then you got that one famous poster that I know I had for a long time where he's kind of like, it looks like he's like leaning back, but he's got the smoking guitar. It's the tobacco sunburst, and it's just a great photo. I mean, this is, again, the visual piece. I'm kind of excited that they're giving everybody gets a 2-page spread. Pick your favorite shots. Now, would I have picked the one with my triangles? I don't know what they were going for there.
The Ace triangles.
I don't get it. But I love this shot. I mean, up close and personal. He's got look at that. He's got the Ace card necklace.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, interesting.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
It looks like he's got some other jewelry chain going on. But Ace looks good, man.
Paul was always my favorite, but it's funny, the more I go back and study them now and watch the old stuff, the more I love Ace. Just something about the dude was so cool.
Just more rock and roll. He was more straightforward.
I don't know.
I could see, I can also, looking back, see why he kind of got a little bit derailed or whatever. But he's doing good now, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, Ace in 2025 has put out, I don't know how many solo albums. I think he's making a bid to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist.
Really? Do you think, has he had that much?
That's I think he's had that much. Dude, he's put out a lot of stuff.
Been that significant by himself.
I mean, think about, he had 2 or 3 Frehley's Comet albums, plus he's had, I think, 4 or 5 that I know of. I mean,
his solo album with Kiss was the biggest selling one too.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's got a following that's going strong.
Yeah.
I mean, just this last year, he put out 10,000 volts or something like that. Anomaly, and he's put out 2 volume 1 and 2 of cover albums of songs that he loves. He's got a body of work that's definitely, he's done more. I'm confident to say he's done more since he left the band, album-wise, than the band itself.
Wow.
Is that right? You guys can check me on that, but he's done a lot of stuff. And he's a frequent guest on Eddie Trunk, and he's kind of out there. He's doing stuff.
And he's got, part of what makes him so great is that he's not as cautious as Paul and Gene are, because he's just an open book.
Sure,
he'll say whatever. He's not worried about what.
And to say that, and I'm not trying to defend Ace here, but you get all these stories, and you listen to Doc McGee and some of these stories from Paul's book that Ace was like a loose canon. Yeah. Have you been to a Guns N' Roses show and seen Axl show up on time ever? Like, part of that is, I'm not saying that it's right, because, you know, you're supposed to be on time. We pay tickets. We don't want to be waiting 2 hours for some guy to come, you know, show up to the show that we're waiting for. But I think there is this, like, mystique or this portrayal of Ace from the Kiss camp, is what I'm saying, that's a little bit, I'm going to just say, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not sure if it's just spin doctoring, I'll just use that word, of painting Ace as this, like, he's like a bad apple and just rock and roller and druggy and drunk. And, okay, he admittedly has been all those things in his own words. But at the same time, he was kind of given certain parameters to kind of work within, and maybe that's the job now since you left the band. But I think that over the years, I think he calls a spade, and Paul and Gene have their own little spin doctoring of the truth. But the A&E documentary, I think Ace is portrayed as just a cool rock and roll dude. You know,
like I said, my biggest problem really over the years with Gene and Paul is their extreme caution when they're talking, when they're explaining. I mean, it's what I mean. Here's what I mean by this: when they put out, and correct me if I missed it, but when they put out the volumes, you know, of the different concerts,
sure,
and they had the kind of the director's cut, not the director's cut, but the extra track where you'd listen to them doing commentary, like the director's commentary.
Right.
And it was supposed to be Paul and Gene doing commentary on the shows. So that was one of the main reasons I got those DVDs, because I wanted to listen to them talking about the concerts.
Okay.
And you put one of them in, and I remember putting this concert on, starting it, and I don't remember exactly what they said. It was like, hey, Paul and Gene, blah, 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 start talking, and then they just stopped talking. And because almost like if it's not on the script, if we're just going to start shooting from the hip here, we're not going to say anything.
We want to know the dirt.
Yeah.
We want to know the stuff that we already
I want to hear you talk like a normal person.
Right.
I don't want to hear the scripted, you know, spin doctor stuff. And that's what makes Ace so great. And that's why he's great on Eddie Trunk, because he's just going to talk. And it makes it so much more entertaining.
Right.
Where you've got these other two guys, and God bless him, I love Paul and Gene, and I'm a huge Kiss fan, but there was that part of him where it's like, can you go off script just for a minute?
Yeah.
And like, where you don't, even in Gene, when he's giving his interviews, over the years, I remember back in the 90s, I'd hear him on all these radio shows, and it was like the same statement over and over. You're a handsome and attractive, whatever, man, and you repeat the same thing
it's
over
like they
and
got
over.
this like shtick
Yeah.
and facade that they don't want anybody to see behind the curtain.
And it makes it actually less interesting.
Right?
So,
I mean, yeah. It certainly in the, you know, in that era from Lick It Up to this time, right? I mean, there were, you know, you would think that era they would have been more approachable, or just, hey, you know, but everybody was making fun of them during the 80s. I mean, what was the one video that we were talking about with all the pastel with the off Asylum?
oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Tears Are Falling. Is that the one I'm thinking?
I think that is the one we're talking about.
Horrific. I mean, that hurts your eyes even to this day. Right? I mean, they can't look at that and be like, yeah, that was my proudest moment. I mean, if that was me,
They were still selling
that was
records,
us
but
and our band in the 80s, we'd be like, that was our proudest moment. But you're Paul Stanley of Kiss. Right?
it's so great, man. Exactly.
It's just the perspective of where they're coming from. That was terrible. And so I think we want to see now, years later, we want to see behind the curtain. And this was kind of like, just kind of, you get to the point where you want to believe, but you don't know. The truth is somewhere in the middle, because all four of them got books. And I don't know if Peter has a book out, but, you know.
Yeah, he He has a book, doesn't he? I thought so. I think Ace and Peter both have books that just aren't audio books.
I've read Ace's book, and it's really, I liked it.
I haven't read it. I hear it's awesome, though.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. Because just like we're talking about, he calls it like he sees it.
Yeah.
And again, you have 4 different perspectives on the truth, right? You have any event or anything that's happened, and we can go back to the days where we met and the band and the things that we did together back. You're going to have your perspective of an event, of the same event, and mine's going to be slightly different because just our roles, what we look at, what we're paying attention to. It's just what it is. That's human nature. So, where's the truth in the whole history of all this, right? Like, jeez, But I love Ace, and no doubt, I think I was Ace like 3 Halloweens in my lifetime.
Is that right?
Yeah, full on.
That's cool.
Yeah, full on makeup, the whole thing. At one point, I think I had my hair almost quite like that. But it's
like
good.
in real life?
Long?
Your hair was curly.
It was a little bit. I did get a perm at one point, too. That's product of the 80s.
Yeah.
Wasn't curly enough.
Right. I got a perm once, and it was not pretty. But so many people were getting them.
Yeah.
How many of you got a perm? Got to put that down in the comments.
Before.
Oh, we did.
Yes.
Actually, and a bunch of you actually talked about it, too.
Oh, yeah.
That you'd gotten perms back in the 80s.
Love
It's
that.
great. It's so great.
Don't you love sharing? It's like, wait a minute, what? You got a perm? You barely even have hair now. I know.
Yep.
I'm like hippie right now. I haven't shaved it down, but I don't know
It's
what I'm
pretty
doing.
funny.
Anyway.
So what is it? What does it say? Let's get the stuff about
let's
Ace.
Let's get to Ace.
Let's get the Ace
The
stuff.
Ace Frehley, the Space Ace, Cyberpunk.
The Space Ace.
Yeah. And then the next one is Cyberpunk. I've never...
Cyberpunk?
Yes. I've never heard Ace call that. Never.
No.
And I feel like I'm a pretty good Ace fan. I would have heard that.
Okay.
Galactic Time Traveler.
Okay.
Not. Channeling the music of the planets.
Channeling the music of the planets. Okay.
Not of this earth.
Okay. Well, that one sort of. I don't know.
Okay, I get
The problem
it.
with Not of This Earth is that's so uninteresting. I mean, it's like your title is Not of This Earth.
Yeah.
That's like one of the least interesting things you could possibly say. There's nothing in there that's...
I'm not of this earth, but I'm channeling...
Describe yourself to us. Well, I'm not of this earth.
Yeah. Let's make it very broad stroke.
Yeah.
Well, where are you from?
What does that mean? I'm not
Well,
of
I
this
make
earth.
music. I channel the music of the planets. What planet are you from?
You sound like a lunatic.
Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. The only one I think, the Space Ace, obviously we get.
But you know what's funny about that? Has he ever been the Space Ace? I just always thought he was Space Ace. All right, whatever.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to get
the same
Gina
guy
Peters.
that wrote the article. It's what's so funny about this when you read the actual text and you read this stuff. It's like, have you heard of Kiss?
Was this? I'm wondering if this was marketed towards the 1996 I'm gonna get on the bandwagon fan, because I'm almost to the point, and you guys chime in if I'm almost offended. Like, really?
That's great.
Like, you have 4 options here to write something down, and you hit one of them. The other 3,
Just some
What?
random thing.
like, come on.
Again,
Interns.
ChatGPT could have made something more intriguing and interesting than that. If you're going to make stuff up.
And now we're getting into the group shots.
Okay.
Right?
All right, let's flip this so you can see this clearly.
The purple in the background kind of reminds me of Killers.
Oh, yeah, they did have that. That's right, they did. This is, it's funny because, so something Paul Stanley said that was pretty interesting when they put the makeup back on was that it was almost like they aged in reverse 20 years. when they put the makeup on, all of a sudden the age wasn't as obvious.
Sure.
And it's funny because when you look at this, you can tell that this is the 90s shots.
Sure.
Just slightly. You just look at Ace, just a little bit, face is a little different, Peter a little bit different, Paul a little bit different, but it wasn't that much.
But at first glance, if you're, hey, Kiss reunion, we're going to go see them, and you have a new legion of fans coming out in 1996 for their world tours. I've never seen Kiss in the 70s. I'm going to go see them.
Oh yeah,
they wouldn't tell the difference.
You wouldn't know that they looked older. You wouldn't even.
Right.
But that's part of the beauty of the whole makeup thing is that you do lose.
I mean,
time kind of disappears.
How many people that have makeup on? I mean, right? I mean, how many women out there are watching the channel? Right, all two of you. Can tell
Both
us
of
and
you.
chime in.
One of them is my mother.
Yeah. Hey, Judy. I mean, right? The makeup helps you look younger. And in Kiss's case, 20 years younger, according to Paul, right? Rolling back the years.
So actually, yeah, exactly.
I mean,
so
I mean, I get it. I mean, dude, I know it's tomorrow's October, and I know that we have Halloween coming up, big Kiss holiday, right? Always.
Yep.
Halloween.
It's true.
But I remember going to a Halloween party, and this gal dressed up that I liked, and she kind of had like this like tiger makeup on. I'm just gonna say she looked better with the makeup on, because when she took it off, I was disappointed. I'm just gonna say
did you?
that.
So I watched an interview. This was so interesting to me.
Makeup does a lot.
David Duchovny. David Duchovny did an interview with Gene Simmons.
Okay.
On his new podcast or whatever.
Okay.
And I'd never heard Gene talk about this. Maybe I had and I just forgot. But David asked him about, the makeup and the whole thing. And Gene said there were many times when women requested to spend the night with him with makeup on.
Yeah, leave the makeup on,
yes.
Gene.
But the thing
That's
is
crazy. One of the 10,000. How many? What the percentage of his 10,000?
Yeah, that is funny to think about. But
threw down.
That whole thing
Smashed.
of they're not looking at you. They're looking at the character that you created.
I'm making love to the
demon,
right?
Or
God
the lithe.
Yeah,
or whatever. But it was such an interesting idea because they've created these alter egos.
Yeah, and that's what people are wanting to see.
Yeah, and they don't really know or care about you. It's this whole thing. But that's the way it is with rock stars anyway.
Sure.
That's a whole other story. Okay, anyway, interesting picture. Let's flip it around. Let's take a look at the other one before we spend 3 hours talking about a picture.
Gene's Conquest.
Exactly. This one you can tell a little bit more with Ace.
Yeah.
That he's a little older right there. But still,
they're still looking kind of
relatively cool picture.
Cool.
Look, let me tell you something.
Not my favorite picture of them.
No, for sure. But I like the effort for one reason. Band pictures can be so boring when it's four dudes standing there next to each other.
Yeah.
Or just whatever. I actually much prefer band pictures where there's some sort of, there's depth, there's different, they do things that are a little more interesting. This is not a great picture. This looks like an outtake. This looks like something there's like, I use that one.
But that's, again, it goes back. I mean, I like the fact that they're kind of on like some sort of scaffolding, it looks like. It's cool. But I also think that a band picture, first of all, Kiss was one of the bands that it's all for one for all, right?
Yeah.
I mean, on Circus, right? We are one, or didn't they have a song?
We are one. Yeah. He sings it.
They all each of them take a part that kind of sing a verse, or each one sings like a little verse.
Can I admit real quick that I like that song?
That's
Psycho
good.
Circus.
Psycho Circus, the song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a good tune. Anyway,
it's a good
keep
song.
going.
I actually off Sonic Boom, they have one called Modern Day Delilah.
Oh yeah. I know that song.
Great song, and the video to that is awesome. Like if they had, I wish that album kind of gained a little more traction, because Modern Day Delilah and the video of them like big like Godzilla running through the
Oh,
town.
I seem to remember that now.
That is a great video. If you haven't seen it, that is a personal favorite of mine, and the song rocks. It just shows that when these guys wanted to pull it together, they could do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Psycho Circus video sucked. It was for the time they were doing all the kind of 3D modeling stuff. It was like, But you know, like they had the camera straight down, and Paul was. There were parts of it that I liked, but for the most part, it was terrible. But it was a good song.
But
so
you bring so we're, because we said we are one. That's kind of
we are one. There we go.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, not the best picture. I mean, But again, band shots. And one thing that I like about them is the fact that they were trying to say, "Hey, we're back together." So you're going to have some group shots.
Yeah.
I mean, how many group shots? We talk about how many Kiss posters did you have on the wall? Whether it's the album cover, it's all of them, right? We talk about. I actually was just thinking about. The declaration, because when in '76, right,
oh, that's right, the
bicentennial, they had the picture of them. You had Peter Criss with the wound and the headband or the head gauze.
Did you have that poster?
Right? I had that poster.
I did too.
Right, I had that in my dorm room for a while when I had the single dorm before I moved in with Darren. I had that on the back of the wall.
I seem to remember that now.
Yeah, that room was small, but
that was a small room.
Had to have the Kiss poster.
I remember being there with you at like 5 o'clock in the morning on the last day of finals, and you kind of were like, had no idea the class, like you'd never attended it. Is that true?
It's
because that happened with Ron. You guys, man,
it was extremely sleep.
We had stayed up all night.
We had finals,
and we were walking towards the testing center, half asleep. Dude, I remember that. That was hysterical. We were a couple of stupid 18-year-old or whatever 19-year-old kids. Anyway,
I think I had a theory where sleeping was a waste of time. Not very health conscious in those days.
Because
18 years old, and you're like,
just keep going, man.
Just keep going.
Go down, play video games, get a hamburger.
Rockstar, Monster. Which, if any of those brands want to sponsor our channel, we could use.
Yeah,
yeah, bring it on.
Indeed.
We are here at the Rockstar Studio. That sounds fantastic.
That actually does.
So, and really, anybody who wants to throw money our way, that's just an open call. But we love what we do. We're not doing this for the money, but it does help. But yeah, I mean, those were good days.